Welcome folks, Chris here with our new Incometrader trade generator on the screen in front of you. And what we're looking at down below here is the zones. I'll go ahead and pause here just for a moment. We have our buy zone down here in green at the upper area of the zone and the lower area of the zone. And what we're looking for is for our trade generator to generate buy and sell signals for us. And we're coming down in this market. Currently we're in a downtrend like this. And what we're looking for is the market to rise back above our zone here. And at that point, when it does, it closes back above, we generate a little risk reward box here. This is our trade generator risk reward buy signal. And from here, it's telling us that we have a potential buy at 48.63. So what we're going to do to evaluate whether we actually have a buy here or not is we're going to ask ourselves three things: trend, support, resistance, and momentum. Currently, the trend is down. Basically, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to pick a bottom of this move in a downward trend. And then we have to go on to support. Support is at 48.62. And at that point, if we close above 48.62, this is going to become support, which then we would look to buy a tick above at 48.63. Momentum, we want to look at our stoplight indicator here and our little mini momentum bar down below. What we're looking for here, if we're going to buy, we don't want this to be red, and we don't want this stoplight to be red. If it's any other color than red, or if at least one of them is red and the other one is yellow, that would be okay. But as long as they're both not red, if they're both red, we still have bearish momentum and we cannot take a long trade. So our trend currently is down. We are above support at 48.62. We're going to buy a tick above at 48.63, and we don't have bearish momentum. So we're actually ready for this buy signal here. The trend is down, buy at 48.63, and at least one of them is not red. Again, if they're both red, we can't take the trade. Place the buy order at 48.63, waiting for prices to retrace. This is our first leg. Leg number one. We're looking for a transition from short to long, and you can see we just got filled here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to next measure the move. What does that mean? It means that we're looking for prices in this downward trend to actually change trend. So here we go up and we pull back, and we actually go into a little bit of an apex wedge. How does a trend end? Remember, a trend ends always in congestion. How does congestion end? In a new trend. So here we are in a downward trend that goes into congestion and then breaks into a new upward trend. And this is what we have right here now. We have this new upward trend here. And so we are measuring the move of that congestion area. It gives us an upward target around the 48.75 area. We do have a target number 1 here, a target number 2, and a target number 3. We know that we'll very likely be able to hit target number 2, a 2-to-1 risk reward. This is only a 5-tick stop, rather tight, and our 2-to-1 is at least 10 ticks. So I might be able to get 11 or 12 depending on where that magenta line is. So I stretch it out just a little bit further, about a tick from that magenta line. Go ahead and adjust the upward target to just below the magenta line and just above the 2-to-1 risk reward. And at this point, my momentum is still good. I see a red stoplight with an arrow, no big deal, because the mini momentum on the bottom right is green. Okay, first target was hit. This is leg number 1. We're looking for leg number 2 now. Leg number 2 is a continuation of the upward trend. Leg number 1 is a change of trend that we're looking for. Leg number 2 is a continuation of the uptrend. So here we have a new uptrend. There's your new uptrend right there. And we're going to buy at this exact same level. We're going to put the order back down here. And again, we don't want both of these to be red. So if we come back in here, we don't want both of these to be red. If they are, we won't take the pullback entry. But if they're not, which they aren't, we'll go ahead and look for the same entry at the same price. And so what we're looking for, here's a entry, pullback, enter at the same area. And now this is a brand new uptrend. So if it's a brand new uptrend, there's a very strong likelihood that we're going to move higher. In that case, we're going to exit at the next higher resistance, which in this case happens to be our bounce line just above. Put our order in there, ready to get filled again. Now sometimes you don't get a leg 2, or it doesn't pull back. It may just hit leg 1 and continue to move higher, and you don't get a second opportunity, but in this case, we put the entry at the same area. We know it's going to be a strong move because we have a green light and we have green momentum. At that point, we would definitely want to look for the next higher target area, and we're starting to see some exhaustion right here. When we see the exhaustion, and if we see a red light develop, like right there, this is potentially telling us that the market might retrace. We might not actually hit our target up here at the next resistance area. What we could do in that case is bring our stop from -5 ticks maybe up to the 3-to-1. So we know that we'll lock in at least a 3-to-1 risk reward on this trade. Or in this case, we'll give it just a second longer and then see if we actually continue up toward the target. And you can see the stop light goes back to neutral, back to red, and then comes up and actually hits the target. This is the Incometrader trade generator that generates the buy and sell boxes. In this case, the boxes to the upside coming off of the lower green zone, so it would be a buy. And here's another one here as well. So this one here generated just over a 1-to-1 risk reward. This one here generated quite a bit more, and it gave us two legs. First one gave us a 2-to-1. Second one gave us a lot more. So this is the Incometrader trade generator. It generates the signal. Your job is to decide, is it a trade that I can take by looking at what's the trend, where is support or resistance, and what is the momentum. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck and good trading.